What's going on, guys? Today I'm back doing another showcase video, this time on my custom Friday night dinner minifigs. Now, originally I wasn't going to plan to do a video this early. I was actually going to save it for January of next year, but ever since I just recently hit 60 subscribers, I was like, I've got to celebrate that to some capacity. And so I did it with this video. And so, to those of you who are Friday Night Dinner fans, this is probably going to be your lucky day, because I have most of the cast, along with 3 characters that are semi-custom in the back there, which I'll get to towards the end of the video. And I've also got Wilson as well. Wilson is in the video. I'll show him when I'm on to Jim's segment. But yeah, I've been waiting to do this showcase for so long, ever since the announcement of Season 6 came out, and, you know, that was pretty great. So, without further ado, let's get a look at each of these figures. Also, stick around, because I have a build to show you at the end of the video as well, which I think looks pretty good, so yeah. Okay, so first up, here is Adam Goodman, and he's probably one of the simplest figures out of everyone in this video, because of how simple the torso is, I think. And, you know, it's just a basic design on the top, which I think looks pretty cool. And he also has the exposed skin tone, which again is just there for show, obviously. He also has Captain Boomerang legs and painted arms. And by the way, Captain Boomerang legs are actually from that big set with Killer Croc in, you know, Big Figure Killer Croc. It comes from that set, these legs. I also made use of the Bruce Banner head, the same thing I did for Neil from the In-Betweeners. And I think that's a pretty good choice, because it does kind of nail Summerbird's likeness. And I'm pretty proud of how that looks, because I painted on the glasses, and I painted on the cheekbones, and I think it looks pretty good. I think I just said that 3 times in the same sentence. Anyway, the hairpiece is one of those, you know, Superman hairpieces, and it's been used on other characters, of course, but I have it here, and it's painted in brown, and it looks pretty cool. And the back has literally nothing that exciting to see. But yeah, I think Adam's one of the characters I relate to in the TV show. So I'm really happy with how this figure turned out. I might be saying that for each of the characters, but yeah, that is it for Adam Goodman. Next up is Johnny from, of course, this show as well. You can see that this minifigure is also mostly painted as well. He has the painted tie, painted shoes, and this hairpiece was completely sculpted over, I think it was a Mutt Williams hairpiece. It's been ages since I've sculpted it, but you can see the inside there, it's blacked out, but if I just look at it real quick by myself, yeah, I think it's a Mutt Williams hairpiece I used as a base. And I painted it in the same colour that Johnny's hair is in the show. And the face was a Toy Story 4 Woody head. And I just shook the stand, as you may have been able to see. And on the back you can see one of the eyebrows are erased, but it is a Woody head from, of course, the sets from Toy Story 4. And I just erased the mouth and repainted the eyebrows, and painted my own mouth, of course. And it looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie, the back of the torso looks a little bit bad, but it's fine, I guess, because the minifigures from the front are all that matters for me. Unless there's a really cool design in the back. But yeah, that is it for Johnny Goodman. And you may notice I'm going quite quickly and just breaking everything down through these segments. And that's because we got a lot of minifigures to get through, and a lot of exciting stuff is packed into this video by the time you're watching it. So, yeah, that's great. And so, we're going to move on. Next up is Jacki, and she's quite detailed, like the minifigure, how it turned out. She has probably the most amount of detail on the torso that I might have painted so far. I don't know why I keep shaking the stand. Honestly, it's a bit of a problem now. And yeah, she has printed legs. I don't know who these legs are from, but you know, just standard legs. I think they're from a Star Wars set. I don't know what Star Wars set, but yeah. And I apologise for the white that's showing on the lower halves of the legs. That's not meant to be there. That was kind of an accident while making the figure. And she has one of those heads from a random female minifigure, I don't remember the name. But I just used that. There's nothing that's changed on it, because I took a Bruce Banner head and painted on glasses for Adam, but I didn't take this head and modify it that badly. So that's great. And the hairpiece, like Johnny, is also sculpted. So I took one of those like Lex Luthor Batman vs Superman hairpieces and sculpted onto it to make it look probably as accurate as possible. I'm happy with how it looks, so that's great. I mean, I'm sure you guys know the Lex Luthor hairpiece from the BVS sets, so that's great. I use that. And I'm losing my voice because I'm talking about these figures for so long. And on the back of the torso, there's nothing to see, so that is basically. Oh wait, that's not it yet. The design on her jacket continues down onto the legs and continues around the sides of the legs, and not on the back. So I got lazy and just didn't do that. But yeah, if you've seen her in my stop motion channel, you know that I use this outfit quite a bit in each of the episodes, even though she doesn't wear this throughout every episode. I still thought I'd make this outfit because it's really great. And fun fact, Martin has the same outfit. The Martin you're about to see in this showcase, he has the same outfit from the same episode as this outfit, so that's great. So without further ado, let's get a look at Martin. And here is Martin Goodman. This guy is amazing in the show. He's probably one of the funniest characters in the entire series. And so what I did to make the figure, of course, is take a Doctor Who hairpiece and repaint it in grey with some mixed white colours in there. And there's also a white streak going throughout the hair as well, which looks pretty great. I'm happy with how it turned out. And there's also a hearing aid right there, if you can kind of see that. I painted on Martin's hearing aid that he has pretty much throughout the entire series. So just removing the hairpiece so you can see that, because it can come off, and there you go. So there it is, and then the back of the head, which has a weird mouth for some reason. I just used one of those Guardians of the Galaxy Nova Corp heads as a base, and then repainted the eyebrows, repainted the mouth to some degree, I guess. And that's great. I like how the face looks. It does kind of nail Paul Ritter's likeness. And I'm pretty proud of that. I don't know why I did that noise. That was random. Kind of a mini stroke there. Anyway, the torso, like I said with Jacki, they both wear these same outfits in the same episode. So I don't know what episode number it was, or what series number it was, but all I can remember is they both wear the same outfit. Well, the same kind of outfit. You know what I mean, if you caught what I was saying. But yeah, you might not be able to realise this, but there are some small painted grey dots on the torso. If you look in the red neck area, actually just a red t-shirt underneath, I think, there are some grey dots painted on, and I think those turned out pretty great. And originally, the lines on the torso, all these black lines on the torso, were standing out a bit too much, so I had to paint over them in white, and I think they look pretty good now. So that's the thing, and there's the back. He also has painted shoes and a painted belt, which I think turned out pretty cool. I mean, they're just standard legs, they're not really that exciting, but yeah, that is it for Martin Goodman.
Shalom.
So next up, here is Jim, and I think he turned out pretty great. He's also with his dog Wilson, of course. You know, the one that he's scared of and hasn't really developed any, he hasn't really grown to like him that well by stroking him. And so I might as well get Wilson out of the way. And by the way, spoiler alert, just skip like 10 seconds ahead. If you go like 10 seconds ahead from this segment, or something, because I'm going to mention something quickly. Wilson dies in the show. So that kind of sucks, but I still made him anyway, because Jim gets a new dog in season 6, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, no spoilers from this point, luckily. For some of you who haven't yet seen the show, I apologise to those of you that have seen the show and didn't skip enough in time. But yeah, this dog was just made out of standard dog piece, painted in brown, and has all the black markings as part of its design. So, yeah, I don't actually know what type of breed it is, but it's a dog, so that's cool. Anyway, the actual minifigure of Jim himself, let's start off with the face. The face, to match the likeness to Mark Heap, actually looks pretty good. I used a Neville Longbottom head, and it actually got pretty close, because I repainted the mouth and added on the glasses, the moustache, the fringe, and I also sculpted the hairpiece, just like Jacki and Johnny. And I think the hairstyle does get pretty close to his overall likeness. And I'm actually really happy with how the hair sculpt turns out. And he also has painted cheekbones, I forgot to mention that. And then his torso, I forget what what episode he's wearing this outfit in, but he has the collar painted in white with the black markings and the exposed skin tone. And I think that turned out pretty great. He also has one of those 3D coats I've made out of paper. I've been using this technique for so long, making these coats. And maybe I should do a tutorial on how to make these coats. For any of you who are interested, I'll probably make a tutorial on this coat if you really care. But you could probably make out how it's made. So yeah, painted that in the grey colour of my choice, kind of. And also he has painted shoes, which turned out pretty good. They're just in a light brown colour with shoelaces kind of on there as well. And I didn't actually make a lead to go with Wilson, so that he could functioning lead he could hold on to do that. So that kind of sucks. But either way, that's basically it for Jim. And yeah, I can't think of anything else to mention. That's it. Next up, here's Jacki's mum, or otherwise known as Grandma. You know, the nicer grandma and not horrible grandma, who I had no time to make at all. And honestly, I'm not a fan of her character. But anyway, this grandma, the nicer grandma, this outfit is based off when her and Mr. Morris both get married and, engaged and that stuff. And that's not a spoiler because that's like the whole plot of the episode or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's what this outfit's based off of when she gets married to Mr. Morris. And that's a whole lot of M's in that sentence. But anyway, the face was from Aunt May from one of the Spider-Man sets. And you can tell that because I repainted the lips. And she has the scared face in the back, which I don't know if I'll ever use that. And then also the Frodo Baggins, or is it Bilbo Baggins hairstyle? Probably the same from both of those, but I repainted that in my own colour. And that's been great. I've had this figure done for ages, so that just shows how much effort I put into it, I think. And then the design on the torso, if I move the jacket, excuse this weird nail at the moment, sorry. The design on the jacket is very complex actually, because she had a bunch of roses on her, top that she was wearing. Throughout the entire sequence she was wearing this. But instead of painting roses, because that'd be super time consuming, I decided to just do pink and white spots on this design, and I think it looks pretty good. And of course, it does not continue into this side, like on this side of the torso, because the jacket kind of goes over that. And again, this jacket was made the same way I made Jim's jacket. It's just made out of paper, and it's kind of a little lopsided this side because it's just kind of came down a bit too far. Let's see if I can fix that. No. Yeah, she has standard red arms because they go with the jacket. And by the way, it's painted in standard red colour. And then the legs have literally nothing that exciting going on, so I'm not really going to show them throughout the rest of this segment. And I guess to end on a sad note, the actress who plays Grandma, and her name's Frances Cuker, she unfortunately passed away. So we're not going to be seeing any more of her character anymore, which sucks. I just repeated any more in the same sentence. I don't know why I did that, damn it. So yeah, RIP to the actress who played Grandma, because like I said, she passed away and that really sucks. But anyway, I'm sorry to end this segment on a sad note, but it's a true fact. So let's get a look at Mr. Morris. And being one of the most simplistic characters in this video, next to Johnny, I think, here is Mr. Morris, and this is Grandma's boyfriend who gets invited round for dinner in one episode. And I think he turned out pretty cool. The face does not really look that great in my opinion, but, you know, I guess it works for now, I suppose. It looks something like Mr. Morris, but differently. The hairstyle, I knew right from the beginning, right when I started thinking, hey, I should make Mr. Morris, I knew straight away I should use this hairpiece. This exact hairstyle is, in my opinion, the closest thing to Mr. Morris's hair. So I used that from one of those, from the Lego Friends set. You know, the TV show Lego Friends set from that waiter guy. I just took that and used it, because why not? And then, I don't know what this purple thing on the torso is that he has in the show, but that's painted in my own purple colour, and it looks pretty cool. You know, it's probably like a scarf thing, I have no idea. And I also tried to paint on the rest of the design that he has. And then on the back there is literally nothing to see other than the continuation of the arms, with the cuffs going around the arms. So, like I said, a really, really, really simple minifigure. There's nothing at all on the legs, and nothing whatsoever on the back. So, yeah, that is it for Mr. Morris, and I could have done a bit better on the face, but I think it looks good enough for now, and it's not really going to, you know, make me lose sleep or anything. So, yeah, it works. Anyway, moving on to the semi-custom figures. And next up, here is the sarcastic piano tuner, and that's because he literally has a piano which I brick built and turned out pretty great. And I guess we'll get started with this first. Man, I like that pose that he was in just a second ago. So, if you haven't watched the episode, Martin gets a piano online because, you know, he's not good at buying stuff online. And I built this out of just regular Lego pieces, and you can probably tell how many pieces I used. So basically, there's a Lego clip piece here which is not actually accurate, doesn't have a clip on the side of the piano. No piano has a clip, I'm pretty sure. And then there's also this bridge piece on top, which just barely sits on there. It's very loosely placed on there, but it works, and there's two hinge pieces to help him hold it. And then this printed piano piece came from, I think, the Lego Friends piano from that TV show Lego Friends. And I used that because it works and it's a piano, so why not add that? And then there's a grill piece on the side, and just a standard brick to hold it up, and a black line going across which just goes around all four sides of this thing. But yeah, brick built piano. If you want to build this yourself, then here's a quick look at how it's made. So these are the pieces you'll need. I know I'm kind of going off track right now, but I just want to quickly show you guys this. So all of these pieces right here, including this black brick at the back, you'll need those. And yeah, you might have been able to see how it's built, but I'll real quickly show you how to build it. So there you go. Anyway, back to the minifigure itself. Here is the piano tuner who's actually sarcastic in the show, which is pretty funny, I guess. So, the face, fun facts about the face. If you remember the MCU 10-year anniversary figures I made, like way back in 2018, I think, I was going to make Bruce Banner from, I think, Age of Ultron or something, and I was going to use this face for him, but then I was like, yeah, it's getting a bit irrelevant now, so I ended up using it on the piano tuner, and I think it looks okay. And there's a slight beard, because I think he has a slight beard in the show. And then the back of the torso and the head are not that exciting, but, you know, there's just random hair painted on, because, you know, he does have hair. And it's a Mr. Bean torso. I apologise for you guys seeing that. but the back of Mr. Bean's torso is actually a lot more accurate than the front of, because the piano tuner has the back of Mr. Bean's torso practically, if that makes sense. And then some random Star Wars legs, and I don't know why I just shook the bass again. Anyways, that's basically it. Just a standard painted face, and the back of Mr. Bean's torso and some Star Wars legs. Because why not? And yeah, I spent about the longest time out of all these talking about this and the piano. So that is it, and moving on. Next up is Auntie Val, and this is another simple minifigure, of course, mainly because there is not a lot to see at this point. Like, this hairpiece was sculpted onto one of those classic hairstyle pieces. So if I show you real quick, you can see what kind of hair it started out as. I just sculpted over it, painted it in brown, and then used the Black Widow head. It was the Black Widow head, but not necessarily from that exact minifigure I got this head from. I think it was from that Friends set again. And then this torso is actually the back of a Scuba Batman torso. And then this arm has a Spider-Man detail, unfortunately. I don't know why I added that, but okay. And then, just painted skin tone as well on the back. It's not really anything that exciting. This minifigure is just really simple. Much more simple, I think, than a lot of these guys. And then standard dual molded legs from Superman and anyone else with these legs, So yeah, that is practically it for Auntie Val, and just for the hell of it, because I said so, there's the aggressive face. Anyway, moving on. Originally there was also going to be Tanya in this video, I just remembered that. But then I just thought, I can't find her anywhere and just leave her out. But I might put her in a spin-off showcase, so... Anyways, here is Johnny's girlfriend Lisa, and this is also the last minifigure that I'm going to be showing you guys in this video. So, again, very simplistic. She actually has a lot more detail, I think, in the show. And so, the head I used was from Yelena Belova from the Black Widow 2020 set that came out recently. And I just took that because it has a great likeness to Lisa Goodman, as she's known as in the show. And then the hairstyle that I used was actually from my custom Black Widow from Civil War that I did earlier this year. I just took that and added on some sculpted sections on the front, and I think they look pretty good. And then the torso was from Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, and I just repainted that in orange along with some sleeves that are painted in orange. And this one did not do that well. This sleeve didn't really make it that well onto the arm. And then standard black legs, nothing to see on the back really. And that is it for Lisa. And again, for the hell of it, let's put Johnny next to her because they do end up going out in the show. So that's a thing. And that is it for this video. I'm actually going to do some skits for this one. So let's go ahead and wrap up this video. Okay guys, that is it for this video. I know they're not all fitting in the background at the moment, but that's fine. So let me know what you think of every single figure in this video, or just one of them if you want, down in the comments. And now it's time to show you guys the build that I've made to celebrate the show. So yeah, let's go ahead and get a look at it. And here is the mock that I've made of the Friday night dinner house. I think this turns out really cool, and it's not based on accuracy. I wasn't trying to make it look exactly like the show. So you see, this sticker here, this is not actually part of it. And that's from the Big Bang Theory set as well. So yeah. But yeah, see, this mock doesn't have any exact colours based on the show. So here is the living room, which I think is pretty spacious and looks pretty nice. You can see everything I added in. And here's the other side as well, featuring the couch. And then here's the area that leads upstairs, which I think turned out pretty nice. Unfortunately, there's no platform, so that sucks. But, it works. And here's the front side of the kitchen. Like when you turn right as you walk in, this is what it will look like. Not that accurate, but it works for what it is. And here's this side as well, which I think looks much better. I mean, yeah, it looks kind of unfinished, but you know, it works out. It looks good enough in my opinion. And you can see everything else that's there. So yeah. And now that is it for this video. I know that was a lot to take in. This video went on for longer than it should have, but that is it. So yeah. If you enjoyed everything that you saw in this video, then be sure to put a like and subscribe, comment your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in my next video, wherever it will be. Enjoy the rest of your day, stay safe, see you next time.